What's up, everyone? Just been out here messing around with an old rear end I had down at my work. I had a spare 55 Chevy rear end. I'm gonna start searching through my parts, see what kind of gears I can dig up. Because a red 55 Nomad on the left hand side, that's got a 336 gear, which is a pretty decent cruising gear. But that car is pretty heavy. It's got a 327 L79, the 327 300 or 350 horse, and it moves pretty good. But I think a 370 ratio rear end gear would really wake it up. It's one of my other videos. I showed you the difference between a non-posi and a posi rear end. You see the big capital P on them. You got a original Positraction rear end, and I put that Positraction rear end in the red one. So it's got a 336 gear, and I want to change it to a 370 gear just to try to wake it up a little bit. And then the black Nomad, the 55 Nomad gasser, that's got 538 gears, and I want to settle it down some. Make it so you're not just constantly shifting. And I think I want 370 gears on that too. Because the old rear ends for these cars, they fit from 1955 Chevy to a 1964 Chevy. There's a bunch of different gear ratios, but they kind of start off around a 308 and kind of end around a 538. And it goes 308, 336, 355, 370, and then it goes to a 411. And a 411 is a lot. It's going to have your car RPMing down the road like crazy, which I would consider a 411 in that black Nomad just to get rid of the 538s, but I definitely want a 370 gear in the red Nomad. So I'll show you what I was doing. This is an original 1955 Chevy. Center section, pig, hog. It's real similar to how a Ford 9-inch would be. And let me spin this. There's a date, April of 55, 4 of 55. And then, there we go. Get some more stinky gear oil on me. But if you divide that 11 into 39, it comes out to like a 3.54555. So that's a 355 gear. And to get these out, you gotta take off them 4 bolts, and it's kind of almost pressed in a little bit. I didn't get the drum off of that one. It was a pain, so I just knocked the whole axle out. But this is what it would look like minus the drum. And you can see they got a little O-ring in there. They got a seal in there, and then it takes like a cardboard gasket or something through there. And another thing, 1957 was the first year for Positraction. So if you put Positraction in a 55 or 56 rear end, you're going to have to shorten the axles a 1/4 inch. And what I do is, you see the little dimple in there, you just grind that down 1/4 inch flat all the way across, and then even bevel the teeth on the sides. But when that little dimple in there is pretty shallow, you've got a 1/4 inch. And starting in 57, they put shortened axles in there because they obviously come out with the Positraction. And here's the old rusty pitted up housing. And one thing about it, once you put your rear end in there, your center section, these go over it. It's almost like a copper gasket. Then you put your nuts on it. So you want to make sure you have all of them, or you're going to get a leak. You see, I'm real delicate when I take them off there. So anyways, I'll probably keep that rear end. You can tell by how you see the open spider gears, that's a non-posi. But I'll probably keep that rear end just to have as a spare. And if you look around in the garage, no wiring harness. I've got the majority in that car. Still got to hook up the tail lights, and when I rebuilt that steering column, and I didn't know at the time, but they actually sent me a 56 turn signal switch and wiring harness, and they plug in differently from a 55, so I'm kind of screwed unless I cut every wire off and solder it or tear that harness back apart, because a 56 is like a gang plug where all the wires go into one group, and a 55 all your wires are individual. So I got to figure that out, and then I can hook up the headlights, the taillights, and I'll just hook up power over kind of like where the starter and solenoid is, and then see what starts working and what doesn't. Here's another piece that I wanted to show you. Them go on the inside of your windshield on a convertible, kind of like that on the inside. That's another convertible piece. I get little bits and pieces from time to time. While I'm over here, I'll show you. That's a 55 turn signal switch. See how they're just all loose? The 56 is solid. It's all one plug. So anyways, yeah, no wiring harness. Got them all cleaned up. They're all in there. I just got to roll it forward and pop the trunk, hook up the tail lights, hook up the headlights, and then see what happens. I just want to take a second to thank all the people that have subscribed to me. Definitely moving in the right direction. I got like 400 subscribers, which is pretty surprising because this is just my little raggedy cars in my little world, you know. But it's pretty cool, at least I think. So thank each and every one of you guys that decided to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Help build this channel. And if you haven't yet, it don't cost you nothing. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next video.